dancing on and off since I was probably about 4. I picked it up seriously when I was about 9 years old. I took a break because I wanted to pursue gymnastics, and then I ended up getting injured and quitting and going back to dance, which I loved even more. I fell off a balance beam and that scared me a lot, whereas my injuries with dance have been bad injuries, but they haven't been as terrifying. Currently I'm doing modern and contemporary, but in the past few years I've done ballet and point as well. Well, I broke my toe in an incident not really related to dance. I stubbed my toe. I kept dancing on point after I had broken my toe, and for some reason I just kept going even though it hurt very, very badly. I just felt like I would miss too much if I didn't feel like it was a bad enough injury even though the toe was broken. I felt like I could still keep going, and I still needed to learn more and still needed to keep dancing. I still felt the pain a lot. As I said, it was very agonizing and it hurt a lot, but a lot of the time I just was able to not really ignore it, but sort of put it off, I guess. We have to dance. Even if you're only dancing a couple hours a week, it's still something very important to you, and even if you're injured, you still have to have that. Well, I was on stage during my end of the year recital and dancing on point, and I was standing in 5th position and one of my feet slipped out from under me and twisted, I guess, and it sprained. It was at the end of the year, so I had the whole summer to recover, but the next year my ankle was definitely a lot weaker, and it was a lot harder for my left ankle to go on point and to be as strong as it was before and as strong as my right ankle. I've had 2 concussions in the past 3 years. Both of them were from dance, and both of them were from being kicked in the head. Classroom we were rehearsing in was very big, and then once the teachers and the choreographers decided to make the space smaller so we could learn how to rehearse in a smaller space, it pushed us all together, and we were doing turns that required lifting our legs into the air, and I just ended up getting too close to the person behind me and getting kicked. It was kind of the same situation. With the second one, it was more the teacher told us to do a lift that we hadn't really practiced much, and the dancer next to me just sort of kicked me in the head. Both times I got them, I kept dancing. The first time was during the performance, so I kept dancing through the rest of the performance, and then just got home and ended up going to the hospital. And then the second time I kept dancing, it was during a class, and I kept dancing and then drove home, which probably wasn't the best idea. Like, I was back on stage 2 days later after my most recent concussion. I feel like if it had been in real life, I would have taken more time to, I say real life, like not dancing, I would have taken more time to sit down and recover. Well, I got plantar fasciitis, which is basically tendonitis of the heel in my left foot. And I also have shin splints, which have been especially bad this year, both from dancing barefoot on hard wooden floors. I mean, they're both common things with dancers, and especially common things if you're pounding, again, on hard floors with your bare feet. Injuries are just sort of part of my life now. I mean, it's when Emily gets injured, we're moving on to the next thing. I mean, dance is more important to me than injuries.